Hey guys, this is Pat from Database Comics. Today we are having another higher level wiki review. It's actually for a key issue for Siege. Essentially, it's a Thor feat. Um, since we are currently doing our giveaway, we are actually celebrating the best Marvel illustrators. Last month we were celebrating the best DC Comics artists. We had a giveaway for Batman Hush, and this time we're having a giveaway for Thor Seashore. This is actually the feed that is right in the comic that we are giving away. So, without further ado, let's get into it. This should be a relatively short video, but I have a couple of things that I wanted to point out. As you well know, we did the mightiest punch competition from last year to April of this year, and we had some very good reception from fans. And also, I'm actually happy that Martian Manhunter won the competition, but I actually want people to respect him more, so I'm really happy about that. But Thor actually did some pretty good stuff too, so he got some pretty good votes, and people really like Thor. So this is a field from the competition. There's also a key issue. So a key issue is actually an issue in a comic that had a specific event happen, such as a first appearance, a death, a crossover, or even just an event itself. So a lot of significant major things happening. This one is a key issue because of the death of the character that I will actually show later during the video. So let's get into it. So this is for Thor Siege Volume 1-4, and Thor Siege Volume 1-4 was published in 2010. So here's the description. In Siege 4, titled The Fallen, Thor performs a durability feat. In order to retaliate and orchestrate attack, Dark Avengers attack Asgard. In the battle, Void Sentry transforms into a colossal squid and holds Thor into his tentacles. So the question is, how much durability does it take for Thor to withstand the Void Sentry's 10 meters tentacle? So Void Sentry is actually a metamorphosis of Sentry. I think we've all heard of Sentry by now. The one was supposed to be the Marvel's version of Superman. He's actually more of a Superman that has a lot of issues actually. But the important thing about Sentry is that he's actually bonded to a cosmic entity called the Void, and whenever at one point he's able to actually essentially get completely possessed by the void, and in this comic he actually turns into the Kraken. So this is not really more like it's not really a colossal squid, but it's actually the Kraken, and it's pretty big if you look at it. Let me show you the imaging question. Yeah, it's at least 10 to 20 meters tall, or at least its tentacle is at least 10 meters tall. So it's at least 10 to 50 meters in height. But I think I actually got a different measure for the height. Let me get into the calculation right now. We can go here and click on visit our calculations. Um, For Sentry Hector and the Patriarch inform me tentacle, we will calculate the pressure of the mythical space tentacles in order to estimate the ability. So here's an interesting thing that really got me confused. This is actually supposed to be Patriot, and he's supposed to be another version or Captain America analog. But I'm not able to understand how he's able to withstand a tentacle group from Kraken because he's actually only supposed to be peak human endurability. If you check Marvel database, he's listed at peak human endurability. So he's mostly just Captain America level. But I don't know how he was able to withstand the tentacle group. So that's one problem that I had with this one happening here. I originally thought it was Luke Cage. That would have made more sense because Luke Cage can actually withstand the heat of a supernova like he did against Human Torch when he was mind controlled. But here, I don't know what's happening anyway. So let me go back to the calculation. Number crunching. From void, we learned the void is universal force of darkness and negative energy. So the void is a universal force of darkness. So in addition, this force is bonded to Sentry and is a has to the individual has to struggle to remain in control. We have hypothesized that the body is powered by the universe's dark energy. It could be dark energy or something else, but that's just something that I came up with. It could have been something else. I don't think we can prove it any other way. In nature, we learn that dark energy is a mysterious energy that is thought to be responsible for the universe's expansion in space. Um, we don't know right now what is causing the universe's expansion in space. Usually, the usual answer is that it's gravity that is pushing galaxies apart. But some physicists think it's actually dark energy that's causing the energy to expand in space. So there is debate. Initial estimates hypothesize that at least 1 joule of vacuum energy is needed to expand 1 kilometer of space. So if you look at the universe is really huge. That's probably like a gazillion amount of energy needed to expand the universe with vacuum energy. But for our purposes, we will just calculate the strength, the pressure of a colossal sphere compared to the Kraken. In first century transit and mythical speed of dark energy, using the colossal sphere as reference, let's calculate the volume of the Kraken with the square cube law. So we wanted to essentially first be able to calculate the volume of the Kraken because we found data on how strong the suction cup of the colossal sphere is. So this is actually the first step is to compare the density of the colossal sphere to the density of the Kraken. The density of the colossal sphere, this colossal sphere weighs about 700 kilograms. It's about 10 meters in length, 5 meters so 10 meters in height, 5 meters in length, and 2.3 meters in width. So you get about 6.08 kilograms per meters cube. That's the density of the Kraken. Now, if you compare it with actually, if you want to calculate the volume of the of the Kraken, so when that's the density of the colossal sphere. But if you want to calculate the volume of the Kraken, you actually need to just compare the length of the tentacles. I actually thought that the tentacles are not that long. I actually thought if you look at the image actually, tentacle is about 10 minutes because it's actually wrapped around it. So I thought it was about 10 minutes, but it could be less or more since it stretches a lot. So we'll see. Um, and then I found that the length of the colossal squeeze tentacle is 2.3 meters. And then you multiply that by the volume one, which is this volume right here. And you get 9,451. And you also have to cube the length. You get 9,451 meters cubed for the Kraken. Now you want to find the mass of the Kraken because if we find the mass, we are able to get a proportion um, of, of the squeeze pressure because the suction cup work by exerting pressure on surfaces. So they are very tight pressures. So they actually allow it to grab and hold on to things very tightly. So that's a very strong pressure that they exert on things. So once we calculate the mass, so we find the density of we use this density right here at the top. We assume that essentially that the colossal speed is actually the Kraken is actually like a bigger version of the colossal speed, so the density is the same. So you multiply the density by the volume two, which is volume two found right here, 1,451 meters cubed. And then you get the mass, which is 57,532 per kilogram. So 57 tons. There's 57 tons. So typically, a colossal screw can exert up to 100 pounds per square inch of pressure with 2,240 sections in its tentacles. Calculate the force of the tentacles in cracking. So we essentially can find essentially the pressure. So pressure or force here is about the same because we are talking about force per area. So that's actually pressure. But you can say it's force also because you can convert force to convert pressure into force. So we actually use the mass of the crack and we multiply it by the number of suction cups. Um, I assume that they actually have the same number of cups. It's probably much larger. So I'm thinking that this cracking is actually much stronger than that. But and then you multiply by 100 psi and you divide by the mass. So I'm thinking that the cost is actually much more than that, but I assume it's the same because we are trying to get it in respect to the mass of the colossal speed, and you get one 1.2 times 10 to the the, the 11 newton per meter squared. And then once you get that once you get that in newtons, you get 1.9 times 10 to the 11. So that's essentially the pressure at the Earth. Thor generated 1.9 times 10 to 11 meters of gravity to withstand 70 centimeters. Don't have to generate the planetary level of gravity. That's the pressure at the Earth, and that's really impressive if you think about it, because that means that the Kraken is actually something that can stay within the earth. They're usually supposed to be monsters that live in like geothermal vents or something, or in, like at the lowest ocean level of the ocean floor. So they're able to withstand a lot of pressure, like oceanic pressure and things like that. But this is like really crazy. And I really don't understand how they got this Patriot guy to withstand that much pressure. So that doesn't really make any sense. But it's just comics. So in the rating, I say Thor withstood Void Sentry's 10-meter tentacle between the siege of Asgard. Delivering the 10-meter colossal speed can weigh up to 700 kilograms with up to 100 pounds per square inch of pressure in its 3,240 sections. The theorized Kraken weighs up to 57 tons. Dog withstood 1.9 times 10 to the 11 newtons of force, similarly the equivalent of a third of the pressure at the Earth's core. So that's a third of the pressure of the Earth's core, which is really impressive. So Thor is actually able to withstand the pressure of the Earth's core with no problem at all. And if you think about it, that's very much something that even a creature like Doomsday was able to do for like millennia. Doomsday was inside of the Earth, like he was inside of the Earth for millennia, and he was withstanding the pressure of the Earth's core, which is really scary. That's really impressive how strong these characters are. Durability feel is actually planetary. uh, this is probably one of those things that kind of make you think a little bit more about the power hierarchy in the Marvel universe, and kind of makes you think a little bit um, how tough Thor actually is, because um, in some comics he's actually more like maybe at continent level, and then other comics is more like stellar level. For example, against the Celestial Exeter when he used a God Blast, our few calculated on his Dravini was actually stellar, but that was actually his high end, and because it was near death, he was really using all of his strength, and it was close to stellar. So it really depends on the story and the writers. But here is Dravini is planetary, so that's really impressive. I hope you guys really enjoy the show. Always, I hope you like our giveaway and rock your fandom.